Hi, I'm Zoe Malin. Over the last 4 years, I think that I've been able to soak up all of the knowledge and opportunity that Medill has offered me. And I think that whether it's been a class or an extracurricular activity or an internship opportunity, I've taken everything that I've gained here and put it out into the world in so many different ways. Which has just been such an empowering experience for me. But I think that more than any of that, when I think about those who are graduating this year, a lot of them I feel like are mourning the college experience that they didn't have. The past 4 years have been anything but expected. And it's, natural when you're standing on this precipice about to go out into the world, leaving college and leaving this comfortable place you've established here, that you're reflecting on what you did and did not achieve. And I think that a lot of people are focused on what they didn't achieve just because the pandemic maybe didn't allow you to do something you thought you were going to do when you were here. But I think that it's so important to reflect on the fact that we have all become such different people over the past 4 years. We've been able to grow and change and adapt despite the circumstances. And that's the message that I want to send to the graduating class, that this is a moment of reflection. This is a moment to be proud of yourself for what you've been able to achieve, even in the most chaotic of times. And so that is what I centered my graduation speech around. So here it is. When I came to Medill as a freshman, I had a very clear image of who I wanted to be when I walked across the stage of graduation. I wanted to be a newspaper reporter. I wanted to see my name in print and run around a big city all day while interviewing sources and attending press conferences. I saw myself hitting hard, inflexible deadlines with ease. I wanted to have gotten all the kinks out in college and be near perfect at my job. But as I began taking classes here, that image of myself started to become blurry. I learned new skills like photography and coding, and I spent more time thinking about social media content than long-form feature articles. I made mistakes, a lot of them, and I failed on more than one occasion. I met friends and professors who opened my eyes to parts of the world I'd never experienced before and stories I'd never imagined dreaming about. The person I imagined myself to be 4 years ago was a very narrow image of myself. It was one-dimensional, and it didn't leave room for modification. But as I became more comfortable with being uncomfortable here, I grew. I watched as we all did. I was recently riding the L, and I began talking to the person sitting next to me. They asked what kind of journalist I wanted to be when I said I was a student at Medill. I was so tempted to put myself into a box and respond with a definitive, neat answer. But doing so would have been antithetical to the person I've become these last 4 years, which is a multi-dimensional version of myself who's still figuring it out. So what kind of journalist do I want to be? I want to be a journalist who gives more than she takes. I want to be a journalist who takes a risk and isn't afraid to fall on her face when an idea doesn't go as planned. I want to be a journalist who is curious and attentive and an exceptional learner. I want to be a journalist who listens. I want to be a journalist who develops genuine, long-lasting relationships with those I meet. I want to be a journalist who is the most authentic version of herself in any given situation. These are the lessons I'll carry with me when I leave Medill. They're a gift I'm grateful to have been given, even if my path to receiving them was more of a zigzag than a straight line. Thank you.